Chapter 6 in Go Math is all about fractions, and the first two lessons that we've gone over is finding equivalent fractions and then also finding the simplest form of a fraction. And so our first few lessons were equivalent fractions, and anytime we're trying to find equivalent fractions, I tell the students that all they have to do is multiply. They can pick whatever number they want, but they do have to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number. So for 3/4, if I want to find an equivalent fraction, I could multiply by 2. You have to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number. And that's going to give me 3 times 2 is 6, and then 4 times 2 is 8. So 3/4 and 6/8 are equivalent to each other. I could keep going and pick another number to multiply by. Take my 6/8 times a number, and I'm going to do 4. 6 times 4 is 24, and 8 times 4 is 32. Therefore, these three are now equivalent to each other. Again, picking any number, just realizing that when you're trying to find equivalent, most of the time you are multiplying. Another example is 5/6. And I could multiply my numerator and denominator by 3, which is going to give me 15, and 6 times 3 is 18. So 5/6 is equivalent to 15/18. The next lesson was on taking a fraction and putting it in simplest form. So the kids are going to have to realize that 6/18 is not as simple as it could be. One method to find the simplest form is listing all the factors for 6 and all the factors for 18 and finding the greatest common factor they have. So my factors for 6 are 1 times 6 and 2 times 3. My factors for 18 are going to be 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6, and then that's it for that one. So then finding my greatest common factor, I see 6 and 6, so I know I could divide by 6. This is where I'm getting my number from. 6 divided by 6 is 1, and then 18 divided by 6 is 3. What I tell the kids, if you come up with some prime numbers, you know that you probably have simplest form, and 3 is a prime number. Another way you know that you have simplest form is that the largest common factor they have is 1. Another example, 5/15, trying to put it in simplest form. I could list my common factors for 5 and 15, but I know that 5 goes into 15, so I'm going to try dividing by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1, and 15 divided by 5 is 3. Again, noticing that the only common factor that I have here would be 1, I know that I'm done and I've gotten my simplest form. At this time, students, your clue word today is going to be monkey. If you come to class and tell me monkey, then I know that you have watched the video. My last example, 8 twelfths, and I need to find the greatest common factor. And in my head, I could be going through and say, well, I know that 2 goes into both, but maybe I could go higher. Is 4 going to go into both? And I could say, well, yes, it does. So divide by 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2, and 12 divided by 4 is 3. Again, my common factors are only going to be 1, so I know I have my simplest form for my fractions.